and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. I'm Lorraine, and today we are going to make this Mother's Day card using the Color and Contour bundle. We'll use the flower and the background and the scalloped contour dies. We're going to use the edge die here, and we're going to use the scalloped die here. And then we're going to use 3 different rectangle stitched dies. We're also using the Happy Mother's Day greeting from the Timeless Tulips set. And these faceted jewels down here are the 2021-2023 in color jewels. So what I've done is I've got a Misty Moonlight card base. I've got a piece of the hand-penned designer series paper in 5 1/4 by 4, and then I've got a piece of Whisper White that I will use to do the stamping, and we'll put it all together. I've used the Memento Tuxedo Black to do the flowers and the greeting, and then I did the fill-in background with Daffodil Delight. So let's get started. We will start by cutting the scallop edge of the designer series paper. So I'm just going to get out my platforms, and I'm going to put this down. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Maybe I'll just move the stamps up. There we go. So the scalloped edge, what I did is it's longer than the paper is. So I just put it on so that it was kind of equal distance at the top and the bottom. And then I used a sticky note to hold it in place so that it didn't wiggle. So we've evened that up. I'm going to sandwich it, and then we will pop it through the machine, and then we can adhere it to our card base, and then we'll get our stamping done. The stamping really is quick this time. It's the outline and the greeting, and then the fill. So we'll just take that off like that. And then we've got our little scalloped edge that comes off. We take our card base and we use our Stampin' Seal. We advance it, there we go. And just put some strips of Stampin' Seal on the back. This hand-penned designer series paper is so pretty. They're just, the colors in it are just lovely. We are now going to do some stamping on here, and we're taking our floral stem and the Memento black ink, and we're going to ink that up really, really well, like that. I think that needs a bit more ink. There we go. And we're just going to stamp it down like that. And then we will take the Daffodil Delight and ink that one up and just place it down. Because it's the photopolymer, you can see through it to lay it down. This is meant to be a little bit abstract, so it's going to be off a little bit. It doesn't fill in exactly. I line it up with the little bud at the top. And so then we're going to use the large stitch, well, okay, the largest of the rectangle stitch dies we're using. It is not the largest die. It's the largest of the 3. And we're going to line this up and then use the sticky to hold it where we want it and pop it through the machine. We're using the cut and emboss machine a lot for this card, but it does make such a nice design with the different dies. Alrighty, so we'll peel that off, and we've got our flowers. And so we're finished with this die. I'm going to ink up the Happy Mother's Day and stamp it down like that. And just to make it easier to put it through the machine, I'm just going to tear those bits off. And I need a piece of the Misty Moonlight to run through. I'm actually going to cut this down so it's not quite so big going through the machine. And then we can run these two through at the same time. We're going to layer up the dies. Now, the Mother's Day piece, we need to be exact. Just the regular mat for it, we don't need it to be exact because there's no writing to kind of center or anything. So we're just going to do that and use that sticky note to hold it down. And then we'll sandwich up, run it through the machine. And then we've got one more cut to do with one of the scalloped contour dies from the Color and Contour bundle. So let's get this all out of the way and we'll carry on. See, sometimes I do this all ahead of time and just build the card, and other times I think it's nice to see how everything actually gets made and put together. So I need to take my piece of Misty Moonlight that I have now made magically disappear. I need the other piece. There we go. Haha. And we're going to use one of the scalloped contour dies, and we'll run that through, and then we're finished with the cut and emboss machine for this one. And we just start building the card. When I did the sample, I put too many dimensionals on. I didn't line them up very well, so I'm just going to do it slightly differently when I build this card. So here's our contour die. So this piece fits just perfectly inside there like that. You lose the stitched element, but I like just the subtle scallop around the edge to echo the scallop on the card. So we were just going to line this up, center it, and drop it down. And we can put dimensionals on this and add it to the card. So I'm just going to pop the dimensionals on. And with the greeting, I've just used the Stampin' Seal on the greeting to attach it to the mat. And then I'm only going to put the dimensionals on the bottom of that piece. This card, I did this in the middle here, so this is a bit low. So I'm going to center this on the card, but I'm going to have it just a little bit higher on this one. So that one's going to go there. Then we're going to adhere the greeting to the greeting mat. And so we'll center that, drop it down. And as I said, this is already dimensionalized here, so I'm only going to put dimensionals on the bottom. I'm just going to put some Stampin' Seal along the top there, and then a couple of dimensionals along the bottom, and that way it doesn't like stand up double high kind of thing. And then we just center this on the greeting, or on the flower, and along the line at the bottom like that. So there we go. And we'll use the Take Your Pick tool and the In Color jewels, and we're just going to pick these up and just pop them in the corners, just like that. And just line them up and then drop them down. And I'm going to do this top corner first, so I'm lined up. Nope, that didn't line up, so we can wiggle it before I press it down. Go, and then we'll do this one. And the card is all finished. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope it inspired you for the Mother's Day cards you might need this weekend. And thank you very much for watching. If there is anything you'd like to purchase, please use the links below. And remember to subscribe, like, and comment on these videos. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.